Oh boy, oh boy. You knew this was going to happen to some degree, but I'm surprised that the people who are involved in this as the ones championing for this. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 6 just got its first trailer, very highly anticipated, been over a decade since Grand Theft Auto 5 first released, and people are excited for it. I did a full reaction to the trailer on the channel that was very successful, so thank you guys for that. And if you forgot to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to check out that video after watching this, I'll have a card up here. But basically what of course was going to happen was people were going to be speaking out about Grand Theft Auto 6. It's ruining the kids, it's a bad thing. Now usually it's older white men who are in Congress or something like that, or scared mothers who are trying to protect their children from essentially the real world, even though it's an M-rated game, so your little kid shouldn't have it. But instead of that, instead of the out-of-touch people, it's the more in-touch people, the younger demographic that are now trying to ban Grand Theft Auto 6. So we're going to take a look at some of this stuff and just talk about it. Here's a tweet from Moist Critical. He's a guy with really nice hair. I've never watched one of his videos, but he takes a screenshot of some conversation around Grand Theft Auto 6, a list of GTA games I've never played. We have Dan, the Kettlebell Life Virtue Signaler, talking about how he's a superior human being. He's never played a GTA game. Maybe he played Liberty City Stories. I don't see that on your list. Where's Vice City? I think Dan's trying to hide something from people. And then Mr. Elon Musk. Tried, but just don't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it. Now, I kind of like Elon. You know, I'm not a diehard Elon guy, but I think he's a funny guy. I think he also likes to troll people, and he has that FU money to the point of where he can troll people. You know, he can pretty much do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. You might agree with some of his decisions, you might disagree with some of his decisions and his input on things. I'm not someone who willy-nilly believes in everything another individual says just because I think the individual is kind of funny or something like that. But this is just such a misguided take. Like yes, that first scene in the game, you did indeed have to do that, but it's because you're playing the role of a criminal. You're playing the role of someone who is trying to escape police custody. They're all over you. You're trying to break out and get away from this situation. I don't understand why we focus so heavily on that though, because you know, in other forms of media, not even getting into the whole police situation, because that's a huge hot topic that we're going to talk about. Some people love every police officer in the world. Some people hate every police officer in the world. I'm someone who doesn't look at things like that in a black and white situation, because I've dealt with police officers harassing me, falsely accusing me, pretty much stalking me, breaking in my front door. I've dealt with cops like that when I was younger because, you know, I wasn't exactly a model citizen, but I've also dealt with officers who treated me fairly and who sometimes gave me a break. So I'm someone I'm unlike 90% of the internet. I've had a lot of experience with law enforcement, and there's definitely tons of bad stuff, but occasionally there can be good stuff with it. But why are we focusing in on that? You could kill anyone in this game. You can take out anyone in this game with your car. Young, old, white, black, Hispanic, Jewish, Asian, man, female. Like it's not a huge focal point of the game. You're a criminal. So do we not watch Goodfellas? Do we not watch, you know, the Godfather movies? We don't watch, you know, Law and Order SVU because police are being attacked in the game in the show by the criminals. Batman 1989 where the cop turns turncoat. Like, I don't understand why that's such a heavy focus, but it gets worse, people. It gets worse. Andrew Tate, the Tate brothers, speaking out against Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police. That's not the goal of the game. Is it a part of the game? Sure, I will give you that 100%, but it's not the goal of the game. The goal of the game is is satire of the world that we live in. The goal in the game is to tell a story. It is no different than a movie. It is no different than a TV show. It's no different than a book. It's no different than any other form of entertainment. There are types of entertainment that are for certain individuals, and I don't understand why we pretend that that's not the case. We pretend that video games are still designated for children and only children, when the media and the medium has grown so much. We still have these influential people who are in the world who are sitting there treating the video game medium as something that's child's play, even though it's bigger than Hollywood. It's bigger than the movie industry, the TV industry, the music industry. It's the largest entertainment industry in the world. But we still have these misinformed people whose opinions do hold weight in the world, who don't play video games, who don't appreciate the medium, who don't understand why the medium exists, that constantly dog it and put their 2 cents into it. Look, everyone's allowed to have an opinion, and I'm of the mindset that you should never fully agree with someone on everything. You shouldn't fully agree with me on everything. You should disagree with me on things, and that's fine. That's a normal, healthy relationship. I'm not a cult leader yet, but I'm not a cult leader. I'm not trying to have a whole generation of people live and die by my word. I'm simply giving my opinion on something. But this one has to take the cake, folks. I honestly thought that this was a troll account, and you'll see a reply I made to it. But as I was looking into, doing this video today, I realized it's not a troll account. Why are the Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing this sexualized video game for children in America? Get banned GTA 6 trending right now. Because there were some provocatively dressed women in the trailer. Because there's provocatively dressed women in life. It is a satirical look at the current landscape of things in America. It always has been, always will be. It's always very tongue-in-cheek. People like to turn it into a gripping, serious narrative, but it's always been very tongue-in-cheek. Have you ever heard of a show called South Park? It's very similar to something like that, where everyone is a target. Everyone can be made fun of, because once you laugh about something, you realize, hey, life isn't that bad. But this person was dead ass serious, even though the community notes for Twitter came along and said, hey, it is for adults, it's not for children. And then RGT has to chime in here, give him a little advice. And I honestly thought this was a joke account. I honestly thought this was all one sort of clever ruse. And this is just a handful of people that are talking about this game. First and foremost, all you're going to do is create more buzz for the game. The best thing, if you truly wanted this game to not exist, you truly did not want this game to be a thing, you would ignore it. You would ignore everything about it, because what's the old ad? I can't even think right now. What's the old saying? That's the word we'll say. What's the old saying? All publicity is good publicity. All you're going to do by saying things like this game isn't for children is make children interested in the game. Kids want what they can't have. Kids want what they're not supposed to have, what the older kids are supposed to have. So by consistently virtue signaling that children are a target for this game, all you're going to do is make kids want to play it more. Look, it's not the end of the world. This isn't the first video game that had, situations. It's 1993 all again, or 1992 all again. You know what I'm saying? The Mortal Kombat situation. It's going to corrupt the youth. It's going to ruin the youth. I mean, they watch TV, don't they? They watch movies, don't they? It's all about educating people. It's all about teaching people, hey, you know what? This is a joke. This is very tongue-in-cheek. We shouldn't take this as real life. Don't go out there running people over with a car. Like, how many people that have done like a massive crime, whether it's like a homicide or a cult or a vehicular manslaughter, how many of them have said, you know what, I did this because I played a Grand Theft Auto game? I'm pretty sure that number is zero, or at least damn close to zero. So stop it. This is stupid. There's bigger problems to worry about than Grand Theft Auto 6 ruining the world. And plus, it's not out till 2025. It could end up being like a completely different thing. You don't know. You don't know. Just relax. Why is everyone so crazy? Everyone's insane. Everyone's just lost their mind. You can't enjoy anything. Nothing is for you. You can't enjoy it because it might, there's a segment of people it might offend, might ruin, or something like that. These are the people that are supposed to be against stuff like that. Oh, these are the people who are like, yeah, free speech, blah blah blah. But then Grand Theft Auto 6 is where we draw the line. That's the big problem here. It's crazy. And you know what? There's gonna be people who disagree with my take on this video. And to that I say, great. Thank you. I'm glad. You're not a drone programmed to just listen to what other people say and then gather your values and your virtues based on another individual. I'm RGT85. Protector of the video games. Let me know what you think of this comment or this situation in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.